What is MUD tax? If you are thinking about buying a home in Texas, then you have to be aware of MUD tax and how it may affect you and your new property. MUDs can cause a lot of problems to property buyers who are unaware of their existence and find out too late once they have bought their property on an MUD. While you may have already heard about MUD taxes, you may also have questions about what they are and how they are run. If so, then here is some vital information for you that will save you a lot of confusion. What does MUD stand for and what does it mean? MUD stands for Municipal Utility District. A municipal utility district is a special district that functions as an independent limited government that can issue bonds and levy taxes. These bonds and taxes help developers fund the infrastructure for their development projects such as water, drainage, or sewage, and so, MUD taxes fund utilities in some developing areas and residential neighborhoods. MUDs can be found all across Texas in various sizes and have been around for decades. The whole purpose of MUDs is to help support developments and bring affordable housing to neighborhoods. In Texas, there are more than 900 MUDs just outside of city limits in ETJ's extraterritorial jurisdictions, where municipal services are not provided, such as sanitation services, water, electricity, and many other kinds of services. MUD taxes fund these services so communities can develop outside of city limits by establishing a utility district. Who oversees the MUD? These municipal utility districts can be developed in two different ways, through petitioning to the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality, the TCEQ, or through legislation. Either way, the TCEQ is responsible for overseeing the district. The Texas Commission on Environmental Quality is a governing body that oversees MUDs and regulates them. They also regulate the water and sewer systems and annually inspect all water and sanitary plants owned by MUDs. They inspect the plants to ensure the MUD is complying with the legal standards regarding water quality and sewer effluent discharge. Home and property owners within an MUD will elect a board of directors, which is made up of residents and property owners also within the MUD. They will then serve 4-year terms and manage all the affairs of the MUD while they are in turn supervised by the TCEQ. The Board of Directors establishes policies for the residents and utility customers, and are able to enforce all charges and taxes needed to provide the MUD with facilities and services. The Board of Directors will also have access to the MUD's several consultants. These are usually people who are engineers, attorneys, and advisors who are responsible for the business of the MUD. More recently, MUDs now have authority to provide even more services outside of utilities. These include parks, firefighting, swimming pools, and solid waste management. So what is MUD tax? A MUD is funded through bonds and the developer needs to pay off these bonds, which can take up to 30 years to do. The developer would have incurred a debt in order to build the roads, water and sewage infrastructure necessary to complete a development and make it habitable to sell property upon. To pay off this debt, the MUD tax can be introduced to an area so homeowners pay off the bonds through this tax. As the debt decreases, so should the MUD taxes, and they may eventually go away. To sum it up, a MUD tax is a utility tax that pays off the developer's debt from building the utility services in a MUD area. This tax is paid by homeowners who live in the MUD and benefit from the utility services available there. Why homeowners need to be aware of MUD? If you are thinking of buying a home in Texas, then it is vital that you are aware of MUDs and their effect on taxes, and this information could be a deal breaker to a lot of home buyers. MUDs are a part of what you pay annually in property taxes, and they vary from neighborhood to neighborhood, even in the exact same town. A home in one neighborhood may be paying a property tax rate as low as 1.9% annually, but a home a couple of blocks away could be paying double that. MUD taxes can also fluctuate and change, making an impact on your expenses. These property rates can even become higher than property tax rates within the nearest cities. This can catch a lot of homeowners out and make them feel angry and cheated when they discover they could be paying a lot less in property taxes just by moving a small distance away. Simply knowing about MUD taxes can save you a lot of disappointment when searching for your perfect home. When you are searching for a house to buy, it is worth discussing with your real estate agent about MUD taxes and find out what the tax rate is for a property you may be thinking of purchasing. Once you are aware of the property tax rate and if it includes a MUD tax, you can decide if you still want to purchase that property. Do I have to pay my MUD tax? A MUD tax is just like any other tax, you must pay it. It is a part of your property tax rate. As the MUD is a completely legal entity, you must pay them your MUD tax annually. If you refuse to do so, expect similar consequences as though you had refused to pay any other kind of tax. Conclusion. We hope this information on MUD tax has cleared up any confusion you may have. MUDs can be difficult to understand and yet, they are crucial to be aware of when searching to buy a home or property in Texas. Once you understand MUDs and what MUD tax is, you can make informed decisions when searching for your perfect home.